Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham, episode number 580, and I'm laughing here at myself. I've had all sorts of tech issues this morning, so I've had to dig into my own little toolkit to get myself ready so that I can do this episode. So I'm laughing a little because it's been one of those mornings. Anyway, 580, we are going to be talking about incognito browsing. We're going to dig into it a little deeper than I did the last time I spoke about it, cover off the things that it does and doesn't do, some of the myths that exist around it. And I'm doing that because I've seen questions come through on various channels. So I really want to address them and make sure that I share that information out with you, my audience. So what is incognito browsing? Incognito browsing, I'm just going up to my notes here, is a feature on your browser that doesn't save your local history. It doesn't save the pages you visit, it doesn't save the searches you make, and it doesn't save any form entries. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't know if you've noticed when you're on your browser, if you don't use incognito mode, you can type into your address bar and it will start to predict and it'll say, oh, look, you've visited all of these websites previously, and it will let you go and visit those sites. Incognito browsing will not save that off. Now, why does that become important? I'm going to cover that shortly. I just want to sort of jump around here. It won't save the searches and it won't save the form entry. So it makes you incognito online. Now, it's sometimes called private browsing in browsers like Safari or Firefox. You will hear them those terms used interchangeably, incognito mode or say private browsing. What does it actually do? Well, what it actually does is it stops your browser from recording your history locally. When you close the window, it's going to clear your cookies, it's going to clear the site data, and it's going to clear your logins. It also will allow you, and this is one reason I use it, to log into multiple accounts on the same site without interfering with each other. So if you want to have two logins to zero, for example, you can run up an incognito mode, you can run up a normal browser, and you can have those two logins sitting there without having to mess around too much. Let's talk about what it doesn't do and some of the myths associated with it, and then I'll give you the best use cases for it. What it doesn't do is make you anonymous online. Your ISP, your employer, whoever is running the network that your computer connects to access the internet, whether that is your mobile phone provider, whether it is just your local network, like I run a local network here wherever I am. If I'm down and I'm at an internet kiosk and I connect there, they can still see where I go visit. They can see what sites I visit. They can't see what I do on the sites necessarily, but they can see the URLs I go and visit. They can see how long I spend on sites and such. So it doesn't make you anonymous online. On the flip side of that, if you're running the website, you can still tell that someone has logged in from, in my case, Cooma, New South Wales, because that's where I am today, and connected in there and they've visited here. So it doesn't make you anonymous. It also doesn't hide your IP address. That's the flow on from that. Your location will still be visible unless you're using a VPN. It also doesn't protect you from malicious attempts. It doesn't protect you from malware. It doesn't protect you from phishing sites. It just sits at the transport layer. It sits at a very low level in the communication stack and says, just delete all that. Don't save it. Don't save it. Don't save it. And doesn't save it off. Some of the myths about incognito mode that we should address. One, I said here that it clears your cookies, site data, and logins when you close the window. One of the myths that people think is it deletes everything automatically. It will delete your cookies, it will delete your site data, and it will delete your form entries. It will not remove bookmarks, and it will not remove downloads. It only, like I said, it only does your cookies and your history from that session. So if you have run up an incognito window and you've said bookmark that bookmark is going to be there. The next person that runs up the window, they will see that bookmark sitting there. If you have downloaded something like a personal document, it will still be on the computer. So don't just think that you close down the window and you're sweet to go. If you've been downloading things, make sure you go and clear the downloads as well. It's only for secret. The other myth is it's only for secret browsing. Now, this is one reason that we like to use, we, as in techies like me, like to use incognito mode, is it's great for testing websites, and I'll cover that in a moment. It's also good for logging into multiple accounts, or for checking how sites look to new visitors, because some sites go, oh, you've been here before, we're just going to give you a slightly different view. You know, oh, you've logged in before, we're not going to show you this box on the thing. So if you want to look at a site because you've got you're a new visitor type approach, incognito mode's fantastic for it. When is it? So I want to just come back to that testing websites, because I know it annoys people when they get the message from someone like me or from a tech support person saying, listen, can you just test it in incognito mode and tell me if it works or not? It's because it takes out all of those cookies and that site data information. It takes that right out of the equation. We know that it's not saving cookies. We know that it's not saving site data. So we're not worrying about things being cached, stored locally on the computer. We're not worried about the fact that there's been a cookie written that hasn't been deleted or has been corrupted, because incognito mode removes all of that, or private browsing removes all of that. So it's great for testing. So when someone says to you, please test this in incognito mode, it really does help us to work out whether we're looking at an issue with cookies and caching, or whether we're looking at another issue entirely. So when we ask you to do it, there is actual reasons for it. It's not just because it's part of it's normally not just because it's part of our testing routine and we've got to go through that and tick the box and say, yes, we've asked them to do it. When should you be using incognito or mode or private browsing? When you're on a shared or public computer, pretty much. Shared computer, so if you share a computer with someone at work, you might want to, depends which one you tick there, but when you're sharing a computer with someone at work, using incognito mode actually makes sure that they can't get access to your logins when you leave the computer. Remember that they'll still see your downloads, they'll still see your bookmarks, unless you're clearing them. But if you're on a shared computer, it's a good way of using, it's a good thing to use. If you are on a public computer, so if you go to an internet kiosk and you're using a computer in a public area, a public computer in a public area, absolutely use incognito browsing there. You won't have to worry about clearing the cookies. You won't have to worry about deleting the cache. You won't have to worry about the fact that they may not be doing it automatically. Just remember, though, that when you walk away from those computers and you have downloaded things, make sure you're deleting the downloads as well. That's got to be just something that you do as standard. As I said, when we're testing websites to make sure we're not got problems with cookies or caches interfering with ourselves, you can also use it when you want to sign into multiple accounts on the same site at the same time, although I have also done an episode on how to use browser profiles to do that. And when you want to check search results without your personal search history influencing them. So why would you do that? You would do that if you want to see how a site is ranking or where a site lists in the search history. And you want to make sure that your search history isn't actually impacting on that, whether Google or whoever you're using as your search engine's going, oh, look, they've been looking for sites close like this. We'll just give them more sites like that. You can get rid of all of that and just say, I want to search for this term. Show me what comes up as standard when there's no history whatsoever to reference. So I hope it's helped a little. Where do you find it? How do you find your private browsing or incognito mode? Typically, it's when you say File, New Window, New Tab. You've also got New Incognito Window or New Private Browsing Tab, or it's that type of language, but it's under the same location where you would normally open a new tab or browser. Alrighty, guys. Do you have any questions? Is there anything I've said here that raises questions that I didn't answer? I kind of hope it does, because it's always a good conversation to get into. Any comments, questions, feedback, I would love to hear them. Leave them in the comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video, or preferably come across and join my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Help you, that's for business owners who are looking for this type of help. If this video was useful, I'd appreciate it if you give it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.